Continuing on the topic of last year's Typhoon Morakot, at least a dozen houses in the Qianghuangkeng community of Yushan, located by Nanhua reservoir in Tainan County, were damaged or completely destroyed, while landslides in Guanshan's Yameikeng clogged the Nanhua reservoir. At the beginning of this year, the Soil and Water Conservation Bureau set up slits in submerged dams to improve the area's defense against landslides, while along the riverbanks, trees were planted to stabilize the slopes. In the first segment of our new feature, we return to the flood-torn areas to meet some of the victims who have moved back in and started putting their lives back together again.
It has been about a year now since Typhoon Morakot. Today we take a look at Qianghuangkeng in Tainan County's Nanhua Township, where the whole community was completely swept away by massive rocks and mudslides.
One house was swept away here and there too. There were two houses before. The owners no longer live here.
Just a year ago, these houses had roofs and walls and families who lived in them. That all changed in a single night, the DaAi disaster.
We reacted quickly. We heard the landslides crumbling down, so we started to run. It was around 7 at night, around 6 p.m. The mudslides came crushing down. So by around 7 p.m., we started to evacuate.
A night of unforgettable trauma. Even now, the scars upon the land are still evident in these muddled rocks and widened rivers. Yet the impact upon the villagers' lives was even harder. Organizing box after box, weighing and packing these glossy-looking mangoes to be exported to Japan, 43-year-old Han Zhongde is considered lucky by the farmers here. Though his field was flooded in the DaAi disaster, he managed to buy land elsewhere to resume work.
My old paddy was flooded when they built the reservoir, so I got compensated for it. I took the money to buy land in Guanshan and it was okay. It didn't erode. It's just that when the landslide lake collapsed, water flooded the whole area and a lot of fields downstream from Nanhua reservoir were washed out. Then mangoes and fields were swept away.
Of course, life goes on, and over the years, the villagers are slowly returning to their old ways. However, a long-term restoration project is now planned for the Qianghuangkeng community.
Our first task is to clear away the debris. The concept of our design is to alternate between the slit dam and submerged dam models.
The submerged dams serve to protect the river banks, reducing the chance of the riverbeds getting emptied. As for the cone-shaped slit dams, they serve to block big rocks from falling down.
We made 4 slit dams. The massive stones are blocked at the top, yet small rocks can still pass through. This way, the storage capacity of the reservoir can be increased, improving its flood defense system.
With the dams in place, the engineers are confident that they will significantly reduce the velocity and impact of landslides in the future. Meanwhile, another village is following suit with their own restoration project. Snaking our way through the winding mountain trail, in an hour's time, we have arrived in Guanshan's Yameikeng community. This is at the source of the Nanhua reservoir, where it was once severely clogged by the DaAi floods. Here not only slit dams were built, but a buffer tree belt as well.
We still wish for it to return to nature. This place is in the Nanhua reservoir area, so we tried to plant some seedlings up here. For one, they will conserve water. Second, they will lock in the soil.
More than 40,000 cubic meters of gravel has been cleared from the river and been used to refill the riverbed, serving to protect the riverbanks while recreating the farm fields that were lost in the flood. The villagers of Guanshan and Yushan have learned to protect the environment.
After these 2 severe disasters, the villagers have become much easier to communicate with. Before, when you talk to them, they would feel that they have been fine all these years living here. Now, though, they've learnt the need for preventions.
The township officers tell us to go to class, and they will come to the disaster areas to explain the cause of the mudslides. They also brought in professors to promote evacuation plans when facing landslides.
The DaAi disaster taught the villagers a valuable yet painful lesson: to listen to Mother Earth's cry by seeking not profits first, but harmony with nature, with their eyes always upon a better tomorrow.